Yo, what's going on, guys? And let's talk about what we saw in Anthony Davis's debut. So before we start today's video, let me hear your thoughts down below in the comment section, what you guys thought. And if you want more content like this, hit that like and subscribe button. Now, let's set the scene. Imagine the NBA as a daytime soap opera, complete with plot twists, betrayal, and a guy in a suit yelling, "But wait, there's more!" Last week, the Dallas Mavericks shocked the world by dropping a trade bomb so explosive that it might have made any reality show reunion episode look tame. And a move that left fans clutching their Luka Dončić jerseys like tear-stained tissues. Dallas shipped the Slovenian superstar, plus Markieff Morris and Maxi Kleber, to the Lakers for Anthony Davis and Maxi Christie. Cue the collective gasp. Protests have erupted outside of American Airlines Arena. Or center. Sorry, arena was the Heat. Memes were born, and yet by Saturday night, Mavericks fans were quietly chanting AD, AD, as if for a moment they had forgotten Luka's name entirely. Sports fandom, where loyalty lasts as long as a TikTok trend. Anthony Davis, fresh off of a little time off, and he came into his Mavericks debut like he owned the place. He kind of did. 4 seconds into the game, he dished an assist by halftime. He racked up a double-double. This is a guy who ended the game with 26 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks total. The man was everywhere. He's there. He's there. He's ever friggin' where. Anthony Davis. Swatting shots, dunking, and basically auditioning for Taken, because he was taking everybody's life away. And the crowd still side-eyeing GM Nico Harrison for trading away a generational talent like Luka Dončić, reluctantly melted into applause. Even the protesters outside were probably looking at their phones in joy. But this is Anthony Davis we're talking about. And injury reports are his forte. Late in the third quarter, after terrorizing the young Rockets for 31 minutes, AD limped off clutching his leg. Everybody groaned in Dallas. It could be heard in Houston. Not again. Anybody who's been an Anthony Davis fan, suddenly realizing they traded for a cyborg with a warranty that expired in 2020 after they won the championship. Meanwhile, Max Christie, the other guy in the trade, decided this was his moment to shine. The 22 now, or is he 21 at this point? I think he's 21. Dropped 23 points, including that dagger three-pointer to help, basically close the game out. Christie, who's already played 2 road games for Dallas this week, looked less like a throw-in and more like a lottery pick who raided Kyrie's cabinet in terms of skill and clutchness. Not bad for a dude that most fans Googled last Tuesday when he got traded. And by the way, they traded Quentin Grimes from Caleb Martin, and part of the reason was Max Christie replaces Quentin Grimes, and Quentin Grimes rejected the extension, so whatever. Let's talk about the block party in Dallas. Yeah, there was a block party in Dallas, rejecting shots like a TikTok algorithm. The team set a franchise record with 18 blocks, led by Daniel Gafford's 6 swats. The Rockets' offense looked like it was trying to score on a wall of angry giraffes. Dallas's defense, ranked middle of the pack, 15th in the league, suddenly morphed into the Monstars. Even Jason Kidd, the coach who once famously asked his team to foul on purpose, probably was sitting there smirking. And the Dallas locker room resembles a MASH episode. Alongside Davis's day-to-day abdomen drama, because abs are overrated anyway, PJ Washington has sprained his ankle, Derek Lively's still out with that stress fracture, and Dwight Powell's hip is MIA. At this rate, the team's medical staff is deserving a Nobel Peace Prize for physics or whatever, or at least a stiff drink that's shaken and not stirred. Now for you spreadsheet enthusiasts, Dallas entered tonight 8th in the West, with a top 10 offense, 116.3 offensive rating, and a defense that's middle of the pack, 15th. And Kyrie's averaging just under 25 points per game, still being the human highlight reel that he is. But it's crazy to think that this team gets almost 20 free throws a game, 4th in the league. Nothing says grit like living in the charity stripe, because you are like literally going to the rim all the time. But sure, trading Luka Dončić feels like you're dumping your brand new Toyota Corolla for a Ferrari with a check engine light and a blown head gasket. But if AD stays healthy, that's a big if. Dallas legitimately does have a championship team that has the size, the length to out-rebound you and physically impose their will with their defense, and enough scoring between Davis, Kyrie, PJ Washington, Klay Thompson, Daniel Gafford, who at moments looks like Wilt Chamberlain, Derek Lively when he comes back, Max Christie, to go ahead and create enough serotonin that all the Mavericks season hinges on is that one question. Will Anthony Davis survive a playoff run without spontaneously combusting? As a team, obviously preps for the future. I think you need to hold on to your seed and understand that Dallas is a team that before this game was fourth in blocks. Well, they're now fourth in blocks per game, up from 16th per pre-trade. So this team went from one of the middle of the pack block teams to one of the better ones. And that's the thing, is that his rebounding last season, this team was 20th in rebounds, and they're already a top 10 rebounding team. So they got better. And the Mavs offensive rating with 80s inside out gravity, as well as his 26 points per game while shooting like 53% from the field, his ability to be a secondary playmaker, almost 4 assists a night, gives Kyrie the room to cook. And boy, Kyrie's cooking. I said 25 points, 5 assists, 41% from 3. Yes, I know the elephant in the room is for Dallas is the Anthony Davis injury. And the man has more day-to-day labels than a grocery store does for their rotisserie chicken. And this latest lower body scare has probably sent Mavericks fans into a collective panic, but hey, at least he's consistent. For the rest of the time, I think looking at Daniel Gafford, and PJ Washington and Spencer Dinwiddie and Klay Thompson, all double-digit scorers, Max Christie, another guy. I really love Daniel Gafford, who leads the NBA, I think, still in field goal percentage, and he swats shots like he's allergic to layups. So really, this team, unlike Lob City, is becoming Block City. I really do actually love that Spencer Dinwiddie's kind of having a good moment. I know that Derek Lively's out, but when he comes back, he'll be good. So Dallas' offense is top 10 in efficiency with AD and Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively's rim protection. Their defense is going to creep towards respectability in terms of being elite. And I think tonight was just a showcase of that shot blocking capability this team has. And of course, Uncle Drew just balling out and having that insane efficiency. He might tease with a 50, 40, 90 season. Now, I know the injury apocalypse is what is going to be the biggest question. And Dallas still ranks 16th in opponents' points per game, which is scoring defense. So they're like a bouncer who sometimes forgets to check IDs. And I think Klay Thompson is still a good three-point shooter. But to me, I would be remiss if I didn't admit that if AD stays upright, this team would be a nightmare matchup in the playoffs. Imagine a playoff series with Kyrie's handles, AD's dominance and ability to rim run, while Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively are having a block party as if they're playing volleyball. I think the ceiling is being a top 6 seed and making a run if the injury gods chill out, and maybe make it back to the finals. Obviously, the floor is a heartbreak early playoff exit, a frustrated Kyrie, and 100,000 tweets demanding that Nico Harrison not only be fired, but charged with treason. I do think Max Christie could be this team's X factor if he keeps hitting threes like this and defending like his hair's on fire, but I think Dallas might have stumbled into a really good long-term future starter. So trading Luka Dončić is obviously like selling your soul for a lottery ticket that isn't generationally wealthy, like you're gonna win the lottery, but it's really going to only last you like 5 years. Like maybe it's like a $500,000 ticket, and you took the money up front, so like taxes were taken out, so you really got like $250K. But if like Anthony Davis stays healthy and Christie and the rest of the guys become a legit thing, Dallas really does look like they could have a last. If they win a championship, it's over. Like they won. I mean, if Luka like obviously wins multiple championships, that's different. But yeah, so place your bets. Let's see what happens. Ciao.